Perfect. All right, this is Jack Askew from tofluency.com. We're just going to go live. Okay, I think we are now live. I am on the right channel. Everything is good. This is Jack from tofluency.com. Welcome to this lesson where we're going to talk about procrastination. We're going to talk about putting things off. And I've got three tips to share with you about how you can kill procrastination, how you can actually get things done so that you can learn more English. Now, if you're not learning English, use this for whatever you want to do, whatever you want to achieve. Now, if you are new here, welcome. Please subscribe to this channel. It will take you 1 or 2 seconds to do that. Click the subscribe button and then you'll get notified of every English lesson I make. Also, if you want to ensure that you get notifications, click the little notification button next to the subscribe button. And that means you'll get notifications on your phone or wherever you receive them when I release a new video. So yeah, we're going to talk about procrastination in this video. This is a big topic. It's a topic that I think is really important to talk about because a lot of English learners, they have motivation to use the right methods. They want to improve their English, but they put things off. They procrastinate. Okay, so let's just define what this means. To procrastinate or to put things off means to delay doing something. We all do it. We all procrastinate. When I was at university, if I had an assignment to do, then I would do it at the last possible second. And this is an important part of what we're going to talk about today. We're going to talk about setting deadlines, starting small, and lots of other great things as well. But let's firstly have a look at the comment section. Who is here? We have Mohammed, Batul, I can't read that other name, from Chechnya, Hassan, Nurgzim, Lulu. Hi Jack, what does it mean? Yeah, I think I have defined those for you now. Just in time, Lulu, Alexander, Mohammed, Naf is here as well, or Naif. Sorry if I said that incorrectly. Galal, I'm new. Good to have you here. Click subscribe. Payal, hello sir. I'm so excited and happy to see you live. Thank you for being here. Asais is here as well. Anna is here, who says, hi Jack, it's Carol from Rio. I'm glad you're online now. Love that topic. Ollie is here. Ollie, thank you for being here again. You're always in these live lessons. It's fantastic. Ollie, have you clicked the little subscribe notification bell? Is that how you always come here? Let me know. We have a bunch of other people joining as well. Yeah, Rodolfo, this is great. So many people joining. If you want more people to join, click that share button. Invite your friends to these lessons. Okay, so procrastination, we're going to talk about this. Yeah, it's funny because I have used tip number 1, which we're going to discuss too, for this live lesson. Okay, and just to give you a little bit of a hint, to give you a little bit of a sneak peek, okay, I decided to go live 15 minutes ago. I decided to go live on this lesson 15 minutes ago. And I prepared for this lesson within 15 minutes. So let's have a look at this. This is a live English lesson. Know, if you are watching the replay, that this is recorded live. And that's where these comments are coming from. Patricia says, also curious about this. Oh, let's have a look. Ilkin says, I get notified by message, which is very convenient. Great. It's great to know that you get notified. I get notified on my phone when certain people go live on YouTube. It's a great thing to have. Great thing to have. But yeah, know that this is a live English lesson. Now, this is the second lesson that I've done today. I also went live on Facebook before. If you're on Facebook and you want to watch my lessons there, facebook.com/tofluency. So we're going to talk about procrastination. Procrastination. You can also use this as a verb, to procrastinate. To procrastinate. Now, to procrastinate or to put off doing something means delay doing something. Delay doing something. And I've got a question for you. What do you put off doing? What do you put off doing? So what is something you know you should do or something you have to do, but you put off doing this? I'm going to give you a couple of examples. Sometimes I put off making videos. Sometimes I put off making videos. So sometimes I feel tired or excuse me, or I don't feel in the mood to make a video. So I put off doing it. I procrastinate. I do other things instead of doing this video. Now, it's well known that a student at exam time usually has a very tidy house. Because instead of studying, they do other things as well. They wash the dishes, they do some laundry, they clean the house. So it's a very well-known thing that students around exam time have very clean houses or apartments because they procrastinate. They put off studying and they do other things instead. Let's have a look. How long have you been live? I've been live for quite a while. Ilkin says, 5 minutes. Ilkin says postpone could be another word for that as well. Yeah, it's postpone is more like something official. The match has been postponed. A football match. The concert tonight has been postponed. It's more like for an official event. Someone said I put off visiting the doctor. I always put off doing my homework. I love English. Right up here, I'm the world champion in procrastination. I put off preparing for exams. Sometimes I put off learning English. I used to put off going to take a shower. Oh no, sorry. Right now, I'm putting off taking a shower because I want to watch your lesson. Fantastic. Above that, I used to put off learning English, but 3 months ago, I decided to practice every day. Perfect sentence. Fantastic. I put off revising for my exams. Yeah, revise is a great word to use. To revise is to go over material, to look at your material, your study notes again. Okay, to put off revising. I always put off studying. Great. I usually put off getting ready to go out. So most of the time I'm late for meetings. My wife does this. She always puts off getting ready to go somewhere because she doesn't want to get ready and then sit around. She wants to get ready at the last possible moment. She puts off getting ready. Very good. So a couple of things. Yep, I put off making videos. I also put off doing admin. Now, admin. We use this a lot to talk about things like paying the bills, returning something you don't want. Lots of those different little activities. Admin in my business means things like cancelling subscriptions, doing support emails. Sometimes I put off doing this. Sometimes I put off doing this. Okay, let's talk about something a little bit different, but it's very related. Because I believe a fantastic way to learn English is to learn English through sentences. And I have a great method to help you do this. If you go to fluency.com/sentences, if you are watching the replay, there is a link in the description. To fluency.com/sentences, then you can learn about this method. You can learn about how to use this method. This method works very well. It helps you learn new words and phrases. It helps you understand how to use grammar. And it also helps you become a better speaker. Now, I have taught this method to many students before. I taught it to students in Spain. I taught it to my students in one-to-one lessons. I teach it through my course to fluency.com/TFP. Now, when a learner sees this method and starts using it, they understand how powerful it is. They understand how much of a difference it's going to make. However, they put off doing it. They put off using this method. Another great method to learn English is reading books. To take a book, to read it. Very simple. But people put off reading a book. They put off doing it. Another great way to learn English is to imitate speakers, to imitate English speakers. But people put this off. So what I'm going to do now is share 3 tips to help you stop procrastinating, to help you stop putting off doing something that's important. Before I share those tips, I'm just going to go back to the comment section. Olga is here. We've got someone from Peru, I can't read the name, enjoying the video. Finally got here live. Let's have a look. Anything else? I put off washing my motorcycle because I am so tired. Yeah, that's another thing. It's not that interesting to do, to put off. So, put off learning English. If you do this, here are 3 tips to help you. Like I said, if you aren't an English learner, then use this for whatever you want to do. Let's go back to this. Tip 1. Set a deadline that makes you feel a little nervous. Set a deadline that makes you feel a little nervous. Now, to understand this completely, read this. I've highlighted it for you. Okay, I'm going to read this to you. Originally, Parkinson's law is the adage that work expands so as to fill the time available for its completion. Work expands so as to fill the time available for its completion. Now that sounds a little confusing, but what it means is this. If you set yourself a deadline of 1 day, then it will take you a day to complete a task. If you give yourself a deadline of a month, it will take you a month to complete the task. Not always, but this happens to us a lot. Like I said at the beginning of this lesson, when I had an assignment to hand in at university, I would do it at the last possible moment. We all procrastinate on things like that. We all procrastinate on learning English. But if you set yourself a deadline in the near future, a deadline that makes you feel a little nervous, then you'll get things done much more quickly. So, like I said before, for this lesson, it was 2:05 p.m. and I said, okay, I'm going to go live at 2:15. And what I did was I created the lesson on this. I created all these notes. It took me about 5-10 minutes to do. I set up my camera and then here I am live. So if you set yourself a deadline in the near future, then you're more likely to get something done. And this could be for a big goal. It could be to reach a C1 level of English, okay? A C1 level of English, which means lower on the end of a proficient speaker. It's when you can understand people, when they can understand you, and you can talk about a variety of topics. You still make mistakes, but that's okay. So, if you say, I want to reach this level by December 2018, in 2 years, then you're going to spend the next 2 years doing that. And most likely, you'll do most of it in the final 6 months. But on the other hand, if you say, I want to reach a C1 level of English in the next 3 months, then that's a really short deadline. It's going to make you feel nervous. This might not be possible because of the time you have. But if you do have the time to do this, then what you'll do is you'll actually get started right now. You'll do more today than you would if you had 2 years to do it. So that deadline makes you feel nervous. It makes you feel excited. It's challenging. And that will help you actually get stuff done now. We can also think about that with other tasks as well. Just reading a book in English, you can say, okay, I'm going to read this book in 1 week. Instead of thinking I'm going to read it over the next month, maybe a little here, maybe a little there, you say, I'm going to read this book in 1 week. And then the more you set these deadlines, and the more you stick with them, which means to complete them, the more you'll be able to do this moving forward. So it's a really powerful thing to set a deadline that makes you feel a little nervous, because like Parkinson's law state, we'll spend the time we have on a task. If we have a month, we'll spend a month. If we have a day, we'll spend a day. Let's go to the comment section. We need pressure. A healthy lifestyle with Ness says. Cool, good to see you here. Maxime Billet says, I tried to set deadlines to work or exams, but that wasn't efficient. Too lazy, maybe. You need motivation as well. Definitely. I don't want to put off academic writing, so how can I make my writing better? This is a great example. With writing, what you can do is use the methods that are going to work. Give yourself a task to complete, maybe an exam, and say I have to pass this academic writing exam by March 2017. Ilkin says, this is what I did basically. I set a goal that I need to get IELTS 7.0 C1 and I achieved it. Very good. This is a great example. We spoke before about that, I believe. Patrick, hello Jack. Good to have you here. We've got Angelica, Emmanuel from Peru. Chow says, this is another awesome way to learn English every day is when you don't want to lose your job, or if you want to get a better one and need to get used to the language. That's my case. So there you go. It's not just about deadlines. It's about motivation and your reasons why you want to do it. Now, I talk about that in my free book, The 5-Step Plan to English Fluency. Go to fluency.com/book. You can get this for free. And it talks about motivation, the reason why you want to learn English. So that's tip 1. Set a deadline that makes you feel a little nervous. Are you ready for tip number 2? Here it is. Tomato timer. Tomato, 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 British, American, tomato, tomato, tomato timer, as I like to say it. That's one of the words that I haven't changed in terms of pronunciation. Tomato sounds really strange to me. Still, I always say tomato, tomato. I prefer it. But anyway, a tomato timer. This, what we're talking about here is a Pomodoro method. And if you look on your screen now, here it is. Now, the reason this is so powerful is for 2 reasons. Firstly, with this timer, it's very simple, but with this timer, you allow yourself to get started on something. A lot of the time when we're thinking about reading a book, what we do is we look at it and say, oh, look at all these pages. I have to read all of that. I have to read the entire book. So many pages. It's a lot. Now, with the tomato timer, with the tomato timer, what you do here, and I'll bring it back up, you say, I am going to commit 25 minutes to this task. Okay, so you start the timer. You see, the timer has started. And it makes it less overwhelming. It makes it less daunting. It makes it more manageable. Because you say, I am just going to do this for the next 25 minutes. And after 25 minutes, what happens is this. you'll hear a bell, some kind of ringing. And what you do is you have to stop doing what you're doing. You have to stop. You can't continue with the task. And what this does as well is it gives you a deadline, because you know you can't continue with the task once 25 minutes are over. So you see this countdown and you think, oh, now I only have 24 minutes and 10 seconds, 9 seconds, 8 seconds left to do a task. And then you take a 5 or 10 minute break, and then you can decide to start this again, to do another 25 minutes. So this does two things. It makes you get started, because you just click that and you say, okay, just 25 minutes. That is all. I can commit 25 minutes to this, because you know you have to stop. And then you take a break. So it gives you that deadline. I've only got 25 minutes to do this. I have to start as soon as that timer starts. The Pomodoro method. Pomodoro, I think it's an Italian method, but it's very popular now. Let's have a look at the comments. Lulu, my name is Lujane. Hopefully I can pronounce that correctly. I really like your lessons. Thank you for being here. Someone asked for the link. Yeah, I'll leave it in the description. But it's tomato. If you just search for tomato timer, you'll find it. You'll find it. It's the first result in Google, tomato timer. Like Ang says, make a search for tomato timer. Very good. Everyone's telling me their name today. This is cool. My name is Judson. Thank you for being here. I kind of like this tomato timer method, says Maxine. What's the name of the book you have? Yeah, I keep showing this book. This is the, it's upside down, The Entrepreneur Roller Coaster. And this was a gift from a friend who lives here in Asheville. He gave me this book and I've read most of it. It's really good. The timer is good and bad. Maxine, I'll try it right after this lesson. Very good. Okay. Yes, pomodoro is an Italian word. Is it Italian for tomato? Pomodoro. Pomodoro. Let me know about my Italian pronunciation. So that's tip number 2. And by the way, this countdown is still going on. It makes me feel nervous, like I have to do something. I guess I'm teaching this lesson. That is what I am doing right now. So anyway, tip number 3. If 25 minutes seems too long, tip number 3, start really small. Start really, really small. Start really, 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 really small. Okay, what we're talking about here. Okay, you know, you want to read this book in English. You think it's going to help your English. This is what you want to do. But you're looking at it and saying, oh, look at all those pages. It's too much for me. 25 minutes, it's too long. I can't commit 25 minutes. It's too daunting. It's too overwhelming. So instead, you start really small. You say, okay, I'm going to read 1 paragraph. That's it. I'm just going to commit to 1 paragraph in English. And then, if I want to continue, I can continue. If not, I'll stop reading. So you can say 1 paragraph or just 1 page. Like I'll read the first page of this book in English. I'll just read this part here. Let's get that in focus. I'll just read that part here. And that's all you commit to. That's all you commit to. And then you can say, I'll continue or I won't continue. What happens is 99% of the time you'll continue. Because getting started is the hardest point. When I make a video, getting started is the hardest thing. It's the most hard thing to do. It's the hardest thing to do. Because I have to think about, okay, when I make a video, I'm going to do this, do that. I have to do all these things. But if I say all I'm going to do is to commit to writing the outline of the video, 1 sentence, 2 sentences, 3 sentences, then I can just go from there. And once you get started, you gain some momentum. You enjoy what you're doing and you continue doing it. So tip 3, start really small. Now, before I mentioned the Learn English Through Sentences to fluency.com sentences. The main thing here, what you're doing is you're repeating sentences. You're using software to get repetition of sentences. Now let's have a look at how you can do this. Set a deadline that makes you feel a little nervous. Okay, I'm going to do this by 8 a.m. tomorrow morning, which means you have to do it in the morning. You don't have any excuses. You have to do it in the morning. That's one thing you can do. Other thing is to start the tomato timer and say, I'm just going to do this for 25 minutes. Then I can continue after that or not. Or you can start really small. I'm going to do 3 sentences. If I want to continue, I'll continue with it. So those are 3 tips to help you with procrastination, to stop you from putting things off. There are many more tips that I can share, and I will share in future lessons, but I think that's a good start for now. Comment section. I love the Italian accent. Very good. Someone's saying the image is not good. Sorry about that. It might be your connection. We don't want to procrastinate to improve English. Oh, Alexander promoting stuff. Pawal, hi from Bachwina. Hopefully I said that correctly. I'm very happy to understand what you're saying once I started a month ago. Yeah, you get used to my accent, don't you? How many people watch this live or watch... How many people watch? Do you mean how many people are watching this lesson? There are 104 people watching live. Usually about 3,000 to 5,000 watch it after the replay. These are great tips. Thank you. Great to have you here. Great tips. Thank you. Thank you, Betul. Betul, you've been I remember you from a long time ago. I think we used to speak on Facebook. Is that right, Betul? Got Abdeliz here as well. Ator. I'm sorry. We tried to pronounce your name correctly before on Facebook. It might not be correct. Sorry about that. I like your tips. My name is Mike. Good to have you here, Mike. Thank you for setting aside your valuable amount of time to teach learners. It is my pleasure. And with that in mind, I want to help more learners. So learners. So please share this lesson. Just click the share button and share it with your friends on WhatsApp, Facebook, Twitter, Pinterest, VK, whatever you use. Also, if you are new, subscribe. Click that subscribe button. And please give it a thumbs up. Okay, there will be links in the description, including links to the sentence method, my free book, and some other fun stuff as well. Okay, everybody, that is the end of the lesson. I am going to edit my Christmas video. It's going to be with you tomorrow. Hopefully tomorrow. I've set myself a deadline, which means I have to do it. It's a short deadline. Great example. Okay, thank you for watching. See you guys next time.